Hello everyone, Josh here with Excess Games, bringing you guys another Awaken Cast Air video, and today we're going to be showing you the best free-to-play PvP unit in the entire game. We're going to do a quick demonstration, and then we're going to talk a little bit about what you saw and how you could utilize it in your own team builds and get very creative with it and do a lot of cool cheese strats. And no, we are not using Winstrex. I do not consider anything epic or higher as free-to-play because obviously they're harder to pull. They're not as readily available, and getting their dupes is not so easy. So we're basically talking about an elite hero, and you'll see right away who we're talking about. So let's go ahead and take on Gara 75i. They're running an Athalia, a Zalix. They're also running, of course, a Cancer Winstrex that we're trying to counter. You guys are going to see it today. And, of course, Mary. So let's go ahead and challenge this unit. Challenge this team. Now, this is my team that I have right now. Hakram, you don't really need to run. It's just I like to have him as a backup option just in case something goes south, just in case maybe I'm a bit under geared for the opponent I'm trying to take on. But it's a safety net for me for now, and it's also because I do not have a third DPS set available right now for another DPS unit. So I've only got two, and that's why Edicris and Hydrusia, of course, are there. And you're probably wondering why I built up an Edicris. I know somebody asked me that in my last video, a couple videos ago maybe. Because the meta is very water heavy. Not to mention, Edicris is very amazing in the trials. If you guys have got the level 60 trials, you know what I'm talking about. That floor 1 and floor 2, boss, they are something else. It's an entire freeze team, water team, and Edicris goes in there and does cleanup like nobody's business. He's the best janitor for that mess, you know what I'm saying? So I built up Edicris for a lot of different reasons, not to mention he's also going to be very useful for Gemini Dragon using his skill 1, and just overall he's just got a super good utility, and he can do some really crazy cheese strats in PvP. And again, as I said, the meta is very water heavy, so he's going to go in there and do some good damage. Him and Tinua, there's a lot of other wood units I guess you could try out as well, but those two definitely stand out. Also going to be good for Guild Boss too. With all that said, the real MVP here today is Joseph. You see here, we only have him at level 30. Now again, we're going to break him down and talk more about why he's in this team and why he's the best free-to-play PvP option in the game right now. But let's go ahead and show you guys kind of what's going on here. You'll notice that we're running the plus 50% attack spell, and we're running the leap spell. Kind of similar to the strategy I showed you guys the other day with Kyle and Gubeg. Now, unfortunately, Kyle actually gets outsped by 1 speed after all glyphs are considered against a Winstrex. I guess I couldn't believe it either, but one of our fellow whales in our Discord that did the testing for us, shout out to Gurky, he did the testing, he leveled up their glyphs, and he found out that apparently Kyle does not get plus 20 speed on the level 5 glyphs, but Winstrex does. So even though their base speeds are heavily gapped, Winstrex makes up for that gap and even beats them out by 1 speed, which is absolutely crazy. Like, I can't believe it, but it is what it is. These things happen, I guess. Unfortunately, I don't know why he doesn't get that speed, but whatever. So Joseph has become our new go-to counter, and again, we'll talk about why after this fight. So you can see here, our Joseph completely just obliterates their Winstrex. Even at level 30, only 2 dupes, our Joseph is just crapping all over this Winstrex's speed, and we'll talk about why. So we're going to go and use our leap here, and we're going to go straight to our Edicris. So now what's really cool about the leap ability, it actually takes up a turn previously, so our Edicris already gets his maximum attack boost. If you'll see here, when we look at the buffs, he's already getting the Holy Punishment too, which greatly increases damage, which is absolutely insanity. We don't even have to waste his skill 2 yet to pull that off. It's already been done for us. Now we can go full DPS with him and go in and raise his attack up. And again, whatever your team build is, you can get creative. You could run a Kyle with a Joseph and make your Kyle more DPS oriented and steal one of their DPSs and then blow them up with it. Or you could go ahead and take their Winstrex with Kyle and then use their own buff against them. So there's a lot of different things you can do, but Joseph is by far the greatest option right now outside of Gubeg because he's so fast. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and nuke now. Hopefully we can get some crits. My crit on his particular guild is kind of low because usually I run him with the Desert Wolf. Okay, we got it. So we completely destroyed. He's running that stupid revival spell. You've got to be kidding me. I've noticed a lot of people started doing that lately. Hopefully Hakron is going to be enough to save us here. Obviously our Joseph's going to die, but he already did his job. Oh, he went for the Edicris. What a goofball. That's another thing that Edicris has in PvP. That's awesome. After he uses his skill 3, his ult, he becomes invincible for the entire turn. He's like, you can't do nothing. So now we're in a situation where we can just go ahead, lower speed, kill him. You know, whatever we want to do. We have some options here. You know, we're just going to go ahead and just try and kill her with his skill 2. And there you guys go. So he tried to tilt us with a revival, spell on his Zatlix, but it backfired because, of course, Edicris just shuts that down. Now, granted, it's going to depend what your team is. That's why I said I like to run Hakron. He's a really good, scapegoat. He's a backup option. He kind of gets us out of a sticky situation, even though I'm not as thrilled about his defensive nerf from the beta, but it doesn't matter. He still gets the job done for now. We might have to swap him out at a later time when people start getting full-on 6-star gear. But then again, at that point, we'll have full-on 6-star gear, so it might even out. I don't know. But again, he's just a backup. I would rather have a third DPS there. But yes, so you guys saw the potential of Edicris, and you saw the power of Joseph all in one fight. So there you guys go. I don't know why it's not letting me scroll down here. All right, here we go. Now, this is why Joseph works so well. He gets a trait that gives him an additional 10% speed or 20% speed through Ascension. Now, that could be based off of his base speed, or it could be based off of his total speed. I'd have to run against a unit with similar speed to kind of know that, which means I'd have to go into PvP and fight somebody that I know in the Discord or somewhere in the community that can tell me what their speed is, and kind of see, compare and contrast and try and get the numbers on that. Unless somebody's already tested and confirmed it, you can let me know in the comment section below. But regardless, if he's getting that 20% speed on 112, which is his maximum base, he's still faster than the maximum base of Winstrex. So regardless, it doesn't matter if he's getting the 20% on base or 20% on the total. He's still going to outspeed Winstrex no matter what. And as you can see here in his glyphs, I took him up to level 5 for the testing here. He gets plus 31 speed. She gets, I believe, 29. So he's beating her in glyph speed, and he's beating her in base speed. So he's just flat out beating her. And again, he is an elite unit. Elite. That's crazy. And he's one of the faster units in the entire game. And he's got a lot of utility, even more so than what you saw. So speaking of backups, remember we talked about how Hakron could have, was a nice backup or a nice scapegoat for us, and how Edicris could go invincible, and that's also a nice, kind of a crutch for us for my particular team build. Well, he has a little bit of a crutch himself, and it's his skill 2. If we look at his skill 2, removes all negative effects from the target, and if successful, grants the target a bonus turn. You'll know that in a majority of your PvP fights, if Winstrex goes first, she'll a lot of times use an AoE defense down spell, the Purgatory spell. If that triggers and your Joseph is even sniffing her in speed, you can still go ahead and go before her units even after she does the buff, because you're still going to be so much faster than they are. You can go ahead and pop that skill 2, remove the defense down, which will then give you an additional turn, and then you can pop your leap spell and then grab your DPS and still nuke them. Or you could just say screw the skill 2 and just do the leap right off the bat. Either or, whatever you want to do. It's going to depend on your team build. Hell, you could even pop 2 spells with Joseph in that situation, where you could stun a unit, maybe stun their Zatlix or their Hydrusia, just in case you don't feel confident in your gear to maybe go in and nuke them. So there's a lot of different strategies you can, do there. And again, if you are faster than a Winstrex, which if you, had great gear and they had great gear and you both had full maximum glyph investment, you're going to be faster than the Winstrex, no problem. So you will go first. But, you know, these are things to understand just in case your gear is not quite up to par yet. Let's say you don't have enough dupes in the Joseph quite yet to get that full 20%. You know, there's a lot of different situations. It's going to depend on the player. But push comes to shove, if we go full overall end game for both units, he will be faster. And that's the important part of today's video, and that's what I wanted to share with all of you, because I don't know how many people actually knew that he got that kind of level of speed and how the trait actually was utilized. Again, it could be based on base, or it could be based on the actual total speed. Either or, it doesn't matter. He's still going to be faster than her, and that is the important part. Thanks to the leap spell, it makes him a viable option in PvP. And again, even if he goes second, he should still be faster than the majority of the units in the game, even after a Windstreak's buff. So you should still be able to utilize the same strategy, go in and nuke. Again, if you can't nuke, you gotta just kind of create some backup options just in case, but Joseph at least gives you a chance. And that's the important part. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. This is something I really wanted to share with you guys because we were doing a lot of theory crafting on how to counter Windstreaks, and this was the method that we finally created, and I hope that a lot of people can utilize this, especially free-to-plays, even casual spenders. You know, maybe you just didn't get lucky and you didn't pull Windstreaks, but even if you did, who cares? Use Joseph. The man is free to play friendly. He's only an elite. He's going to be cheap to build up. Glyph him up and utilize him, and then hopefully you have fun in arena. And this is going to be important, especially considering now that we get a lot more stamina from arena, and we still have a stamina crisis in the game. So if you want to get more stamina, you obviously want to win more fights in PvP, and we currently have an arena event right now too, so this is good timing. So if you have not built up your Joseph, you're free to play, casual, whatever, go ahead and build them up, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Don't forget to subscribe and tick notifications. Join us in the Discord in the description below, and follow me on Twitter at XSPlays. I'll greatly appreciate it. And we have some cool stuff coming with our free-to-play series. I've been working on something for the past few days that I think a lot of you will definitely enjoy, and that's why we've been kind of slow on our uploads, because I've been working really hard on it. So hope you guys will enjoy that soon. Until next time, as I said, peace. Oh, and don't forget to like today's video if today's video was helpful, which hopefully it is. Bye-bye.